We all know the backstory. 2-2 draw heading to stoppage time. Balotelli, Aguero! But did you know, things could have looked drastically different if that ball didn't go in the back of the net? If the ball didn't go in the net, Manchester United would have won the league. Sir Alex Ferguson, who had already expressed thoughts on retiring, would have undoubtedly retired on a high. Pep Guardiola, who in one of his books had expressed his will to join Old Trafford one day, may have continued the United dynasty for the long term. Pep's tactical style and the nature of Manchester United as a world-class team would have surely attracted more players. These players under Pep's style of play could make for one of the best sides in world football ever. If Guardiola went to Man United, Bayern Munich, who were looking at Pep to replace their previous manager, may have opted to go with Jurgen Klopp instead. Klopp at Munich. How crazy is that to imagine? Dortmund without Klopp would not have been as strong, and that rivalry would most likely diminish. It would not flourish into the rivalry it is today. You wouldn't be seeing many former Dortmund players signing for Bayern Munich anymore, because Dortmund wouldn't have had the quality. Jurgen Klopp set up his Dortmund side for success, and leaving prematurely during his rebuilding period for the side would have hindered Dortmund for the future. Moreover, if Klopp had joined Bayern in 2012, most likely he would not have been an option for Liverpool when they looked for a new manager in 2015. Although it's a slight possibility that he would, he most likely wouldn't because he'd be enjoying winning Bundesliga after Bundesliga with Bayern. Liverpool would have been forced to stick with Brendan Rodgers or move on and go with a lesser manager. This could mean one of two things. It could mean that the rebuild lasted longer than that of one with Klopp, or it could mean that Liverpool would never return to the quality of the side that they formerly were. Finally, on to Manchester City. City needed 3 points against a struggling QPR side to win the title in the last game of the Premier League. If Aguero never scored that goal, they would have been considered the biggest bottler for years to come. Our club can never truly recover from that sort of shame. Roberto Mancini could have been sacked, and Man City could have made a push to get Pep. But the main reason Pep joined City in 2016 was to work with former Barca colleagues Ferran Soriano and Tiki Bergstrain, who weren't there at the moment. Instead, City would be forced to sign Manuel Pellegrini, who can only do so much with a disappointed side. Think about how much Tottenham's failure to win the Champions League affected the Tottenham side. Now think the same with City. It was deep and dark for Tottenham. Horrible start, and remaining 14th by November, Pochettino was sacked. Now imagine that with City, same scenario. Failure would have clung to City for a long time, and it would be quite tough for them to attract players quality enough for another title charge. Maybe Aguero, David Silva, Torre, and even company would have questioned their futures at City. There would definitely be more appealing options, and clubs would be more than happy to take them. Think about it, even the Abu Dhabi takeover could have never happened. Sheikh Mansour could have taken his money elsewhere if it wasn't for that night. Man City would have no longer been the oil club. They would have to work hard and use their youth academy. But the oil takeover helped them become the side that they were. Whether you like it or not, the money aided them to become the team that they became. And that might not have happened if it wasn't for that night. Finally, City would have never gotten Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne was signed by Pep. Pep loved De Bruyne and wanted a player like him in his side. Pep's visionary scouting skills and ability to sniff out talent helped him develop the young and undeveloped person that Kevin De Bruyne used to be into the player that he is today. If it wasn't for Pep, De Bruyne would have never been at City, and really never reached his true potential. The footballing world would have looked drastically different if Aguero didn't score, and I've just given you some of the things that could have happened differently. Managers would have been in different places, and sides would have looked completely different. Aguero's goal against QPR wasn't just a goal. It changed football in ways we can only imagine. Thank you for watching.